looks like our boy Jon Snow is alive and well in Winterfell, and it's not a flashback. So in the last few days, we've seen a lot of leaked pictures from Game of Thrones filming season 6, and I want to talk about specifically the picture of Jon Snow that everybody's kind of going crazy about. But I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, this is probably just a flashback or something to that effect. It's not really proving anything. So I wanted to go over quickly a few reasons why I don't believe this is a flashback. First of all, the producers, Dan and Dave, don't like flashbacks. So they've already said that many times. And yes, they did do a Cersei flashback to open the season, but that was very important for her backstory as far as the Maggie the Frog prophecy and how it relates to what's going on now with her children and how she's going to eventually probably assume room temperature only after her children dies. There are going to be a few flashbacks here and there. The Tower of Joy perhaps in season 6 I believe we'll see, as well as young Ned and possibly Robert, that are very important little things for the story. But other than that, you're not going to see a lot of flashbacks. And keep in mind that Cersei's flashback was a POV flashback, not just some random general flashback. So they're not going to start using those a lot, but they will occasionally when the story calls for it. But the most obvious thing about this photograph is Jon's age. This is not a young Jon Snow. Throughout the series, we've seen him grow up, going through the wall and basically been there the entire time. And this looks to be a current Kit Harington, a current Jon Snow. It's not some young Jon Snow wearing Stark armor, which was my next point of what he's wearing. He's wearing Stark clothing in this shot. This is not what we're typically used to seeing Jon in, as far as the Night's Watch, all in black with the black cloak, looking like a crow. This is Stark armor. Some people are saying, well, this is a reason why it's a flashback, because he's wearing Stark clothing. No, he has never worn Stark armor throughout the books or the show. He has never fought in a battle for the Starks in any way, shape, or form. He went straight to the Night's Watch at an age of 14, and he's been at the wall ever since. It looks to be like this is probably a battle in the north, possibly at Winterfell against the Boltons, and that's what I believe this to be. He's in Stark battle armor, and you can compare this to Robb's armor that we saw during the Battle of the Five Kings when he was proclaimed King of the North. Jon Snow has not fought for the Starks in any war that we know of that we've seen in the books or the show. So this is Stark armor, and this is a current Jon Snow / Kit Harington. The other thing in this picture is it looks to me like he's carrying Longclaw. Now some people say, well, you can't really see the sword, and granted you can't see it clearly because this is zoomed in from a larger picture. But if you look at the length and the way he carries Longclaw in other episodes or other shots, he carries it under his left shoulder because the hilt's so long. When you look at the other shots of Jon carrying Longclaw after he received it from Lord Commander Mormont, you'll see that it's about the right length for the blade itself, and the hilt probably comes up as usual under his left shoulder. And it's kind of hard to tell, obviously, zoomed in photograph, but it looks to be either a little space in between his arm and his body, or the actual beginning of the hilt of the sword going up under his left arm. It also seems to have the curved handguard that Longclaw has. I believe this is Longclaw, again kind of reaffirming that this is a current version of Jon Snow, not a younger flashback scene. And another thing is, if you look at everybody around Jon Snow, you see somebody under an umbrella. Now most of the time, people under umbrellas are actors or actresses between shots. So it looks like if you zoom in and look at the lady under the umbrella, this looks to be Melisandre. It looks to be the shape of her face, at least in the kind of blurry image here. And some people are saying, well, they're holding the umbrella over the equipment. Well, the equipment around already has stuff over it, plastic and that type of thing. And Jon Snow's the only one standing out talking to the director, which is, by the way, the same director that directed every episode with a big battle, such as Hardhome. So it looks to be like Jon is standing here, Melisandre is with him during this scene or during this time period, during this battle. And this brings me to the last point. This is a zoomed in photograph from a larger picture of this battle from the north that has been confirmed. They've been filming for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and this is where this little shot's taken from, where he's in the Stark armor, again at current age. So in my opinion, again, this is not a flashback. He's with Melisandre. He's of age as far as the current Kit Harington / Jon Snow that we know. He has Longclaw and he's wearing Stark armor, and again, he's never fought in a battle for the Starks in any time period whatsoever. My conclusion, this is not a flashback. Jon Snow is alive and well and has Melisandre in tow. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is a flashback? Do you see it the way I do, that this is a battle in the north, hopefully against Ramsay Bolton? For me, I hope he's the one who takes revenge on Ramsay and shoves Longclaw up his ass. Anyway, thanks again, you guys. I appreciate all the support. I just hit over 2,000 subscribers this week. I apologize I hadn't had a video out in about 5 or 6 days due to travel, but I'm working on a few things now. In the meantime, you can click here for the last Q&A video I did on Game of Thrones, where I talk about a few fan theories. I answer about 5 or 6 questions, but I specifically talk about the Howland Reed equals High Sparrow theory in response to a question, as well as the Jon Snow Mirror Reed twin theory. So check that out. Thanks so much, you guys. I appreciate all the support. Again, keep sharing these videos. That's what makes this channel grow. Be sure to subscribe to get everything. Thanks for everything, you guys. Again, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.